Hello, everyone. So many of you are probably regular watchers of the 8-Bit Guy and his videos, his very good videos, which he puts on YouTube. And some of you have probably already seen the 8-Bit Guy's video from today. I think he just uploaded it today about how the Apple II works. The Apple II, of course, being one of the most venerable and influential computers of all time. And in the part about graphics, in the section where he's talking about the Apple II graphics, he talks about the low resolution and high resolution color modes, and he mentions that the Apple II's low resolution graphics, they weren't very good. Like they were pretty, I mean, they offered a bit more in the way of color because of how the Apple II works in terms of graphics, but their resolution is really so low. It's like, what is it, like 40 by 40 pixels? It's really such a low resolution that it's not usable except for very simple programs. But he mentions there were actually a small number of commercial games, like actual, commercially sold games that used the Apple II's low resolution graphics mode. And one of these was a game called Firebug. And he showed the game for only a few seconds in his video, but as soon as I saw it, I recognized it as the progenitor of a DOS game that I have played. So I wanted to take a moment today to show you folks both games. So let's start with Firebug, and we're already here in an Apple II emulator. So I'm going to go ahead and load the disk for Firebug. It's actually a combo disk. It's one of these. Well, you'll see it when it runs. Let me go ahead and boot the machine. Yeah, so basically the way this was a common thing back in the day. You had like combo disks with several games packaged onto one disk, and they were typically cracked games. So I think what you do with this one is you press L to load, and then you type A, B, C, or D for which game you want. All four of these games sound interesting, actually, but today we're here to talk about Firebug. So I'll press B for Firebug. There you go. So it's loaded it, and you just type run to run it. All right, here we go. So, and yes, as you can see, it is a cracked version of the game. It even says so. Oh, that's nice. This is a demo. It's showing us a little demo of how the game works. So basically, the concept here is that you are the eponymous Firebug, which is basically that thing that's moving or that just disappeared off the bottom of the screen. I'm guessing you're a person who sets fire to buildings, because basically the concept here is you're setting fire to these different floors of a building. So what's notable here, by the way, is see the name Silas S. Warner and also the company Muse Software. These are the same software developer and company that would go on to make Castle Wolfenstein for the Apple II, which of course was the direct descendant of Wolfenstein 3D for DOS about a decade later, which then, of course, led to the later Wolfenstein games that we still know today, that are still fairly actively played today. But this game is much less known. So, okay, I'll go ahead and, actually, before I start, let's press space to see great scores. There we go, list of great scores. All right, I'm probably not going to beat these, but let's go ahead and start the game. So, yeah, I'm not going to use a joystick, just going to press a key to use the keyboard. So I guess you use, yeah. So the game almost uses the WASD controls, like we know from first-person shooters today, but it uses WADX. So down is X, not S, and S is actually stop. So WADX are the four movement controls, and then S stops you. And you can use A and D to choose the length of your fuse. Basically, the longer the fuse, the easier the game. And it says press pickup to go on. Now, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the case, but at least on this emulator, pressing the left arrow key, that's the pickup key. So here we go. This is the game. So actually, I can pick up that blue thing there. The blue thing is a can of gas. I press right arrow to dump it somewhere. So I press right arrow to leave it there. Whoops. You made an ash of yourself. Okay. So thank you for an enjoyable fire. Okay, can I try this again? Let's try this again. So, yeah, you're a Pyro, basically. You're a person who likes to set fire to things. And if you have this sort of fuse, that line that I'm leaving behind me is actually a fuse. And if it touches those blue things are gas canisters. So if it touches them, it will cause the gas in those canisters to ignite and create a big fire. So yeah, when it says press pick up for the next floor down, you press left arrow to move on, and right arrow, if I don't, did I already say this? Right arrow is to put things down. So left arrow picks things up, picks up gas canisters, right arrow put things down. So left to pick that up, and then right to dump it. I think if you, hold on, let me just see. If I'm standing still, yeah, if you're standing, oh, actually, maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was a way to just set down a gas canister without pouring out the gas inside it. Maybe that's not the case. I don't know. So yeah, I just played this game for the first time today. I just discovered it today because of the 8-Bit Guy's videos, so I don't know much about it. But this is basically the gist of the game. And it's a pretty fun game. I don't know about its replay value. I don't know... Oh dear. One thing that's worth noting is, so the brown walls burn. Let's go to the next floor. So the brown walls burn, but that gray wall, see at the staircase at the bottom, there's like a gray line there. That does not burn. That is actually notable because, well, I'll mention why when we get to the DOS game that this inspired. But yeah, that's Firebug. And it's a lot of fun. There's not a lot to it. There's not a lot of varieties you can see, so I don't know how much replay value it has, but it's a good game. It's a pretty good game. Seems like it would, especially, for when it came out in, like the 1980s, I think it would have been a lot of fun at the time, even though I did check Wikipedia, and one review said that neither the reviewer nor his children felt the need to play the game more than a couple of times. It was fun for a couple of times, and then that was it. By the way, also if you look at the Wikipedia article for this game, one other detail you see there is apparently the city council of Kentwood, Michigan, actually asked software dealers not to sell this game because they felt that the game promoted arson. I mean, I guess it does. It is about arson. It's a game about being an arsonist, but yeah. Okay, so we can go ahead and, I'm just going to reboot the Apple machine so it doesn't keep making noise in the background. But I'm going to go ahead and run DOSBox now, and we're going to switch to DOSBox, where I make most of my videos, I think. So let's go ahead and switch over from AppleWin to DOSBox. There we go. Oh yeah, let me fix the transform because I cut off the sides so that you wouldn't see the status info from the Apple II emulator, but I don't need to do that anymore. All right, here we go. So here we are in DOSBox, and the Apple II game, again, is called Firebug, which is kind of a cute sort of name. But the DOS game that basically is a direct clone of it makes no efforts to give itself a cutesy sort of name. It's literally just called Pyro, which is probably more accurate because, again, it is literally just a game about being a pyromaniac. So let's go ahead and run the game. Oh yeah, one thing that's really annoying about this game is the way that it does this fading. So, okay, so you can choose between, there are basically two campaigns. There's World Terrorism and Secret Agent. I think World Terrorism is the shareware episode, and I think Secret Agent, oh, it's designed for advanced players who have scored 300,000 or more points. Okay, all right, well, now forget about that. All right, let's do World Terrorism. I like that sound effect. That sound effect's pretty cool. But see what it does? It keeps, the way that it does this fading, I don't remember it. I actually played this game on a real computer, like on a real DOS computer back in the day. I don't remember it being that slow. I think that's something to do with DOSBox. It somehow makes the fading go that slowly. There is a fix for that. Let me see. Yeah, man, that is so slow. It makes the game almost unplayable because every level, what's going to happen is see that the level introduction fades in like that, and it's so slow that it really gets in the way of the enjoyment of the game. So yeah, we start off in the Internal Revenue Service building, which is kind of funny. Is there a way to the first time you run this game, it actually gives you a pretty nice little tutorial or demo. But I guess because I've run this before, we didn't get that. I wonder if there's a way to trigger that. Well, how do I get out of the game now? Okay, pressed Q for quit, and now it fades out very slowly. Come on. No, I didn't want to restart the level. I want to... Oh, man. Okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna I just closed DOSBox, so I'm gonna okay. Let me do this then. I'm just gonna completely delete the directory that the game was in, and I'm gonna unzip it from the zip file off the internet just so that we get that intro at the beginning because I'd like to show that it actually has a fairly nice intro. I mean, Firebug, I think I mentioned, Firebug doesn't have much of a plot. It's basically just you walk into buildings and burn them down. Pyro doesn't have, well, it doesn't have much of a plot either, but it at least has a nice intro that kind of gives you, kind of walks you through the experience of playing the game for the first time. So let me go ahead and try to reproduce that. So I'm going to run DOSBox again. And I'll go into Pyro and I'll run it. Oh yeah, and the fix for that fading is, or the way to disable that fading is run the game with the -F option for fading, obviously. That disables fading, and so it makes the game run so much faster. Okay, so yeah, so the first time you run the game, you get these instructions. Since this is the first time you use Pyro 2, it would be a good idea to take a look at the instructions. If in the future you'd like to read the instructions again, simply type Pyro 22 -I for instructions, obviously. So let's go ahead and press page down. Let's look through the instructions. So in Pyro 2, you play the part of an enterprising pyromaniac with a unique and very entertaining system of burning down buildings. In the days before you assault a building, you sneak gas cans into the building and hide them. Then, on the night of your assault, you break in and take the elevator to the top floor. You have a ball of string with you, and you light one end of it and start unrolling it as you walk through the building. The string burns steadily a short distance behind you, giving you valuable seconds to get away from the gas you spread before it catches on fire. You walk down the stairs and burn down each floor in turn, and finally escape the building unscathed. At least that's how your system is supposed to work, but for a pyro, it only takes one mistake to bring things to an abrupt end. That is true. Here we are on the top floor of the Internal Revenue Service building in Washington, D.C. Notice the brown stairs leading down on the south side of the building. And this is what I wanted to say. In this game, that green sort of frame that's at the top of the stairs, like on the... I don't mean the top of the stairs in terms, like... I mean, that's a staircase going down, but if you imagine the stairs going up and down, then the top of the staircase is on the right-hand side. I don't mean the top of the stairs in that sense. I mean, like, above the stairs on the screen. Like, there's a green line above the stairs on the screen. That's a wall, and that can catch fire. If that wall catches fire, you're probably screwed because what's going to happen then is you're going to touch that wall as you try to go down the stairs, and you'll catch fire and die. That does not happen in Firebug. Firebug had that gray line there. It's sort of like an isolating or insulating wall that protects you from... So if the wall on the other side of that gray wall catches fire in Firebug, you can still go down the stairs safely and escape. But in this game, if that green thing around the stairs catches fire, you're screwed. You can't get out anymore. You will die when you try to go down the stairs. So yeah, notice the brown stairs leading down to the south side of the building. Okay, you can see some blue gas cans you've carefully hidden throughout the building. The whole premise seems a little bit implausible, perhaps, but it's a game. Let's not question it too much. Suspension of disbelief is important here, folks. Here you come, dressed in your bright pink outfit, dragging a string behind you. Oh, that's lovely. And you can see it's very simple text mode graphics, but it's very obviously like... As soon as you see it, you recognize that this is a clone of the other game. As soon as I saw Firebug, I realized, hey, that's the game that this is based on. So you pick up a gas can, then look around for a good place to spread it. You empty the gas can, then run as your fuse burns towards the gas. Is there a difference between toward and towards? It's one of those things that even native English speakers probably don't know. What's the difference between toward and towards? Or can you use them interchangeably? I don't know. The flames reach the gas, which instantly ignites. A nearby wall starts to burn. That is true. And you escape down the stairs. When the fire reaches the full gas cans, they will explode. So yeah, you have the option of just dropping a gas can, like leaving a gas can sitting on the ground, in which case it acts like a bomb. It will actually explode when the fuse hits it. Or you can dump the gas on the floor, and then it won't explode. It just spreads out. The gas just spreads out, and then will light up as soon as the fuse reaches it. So your score is determined by the total amount of fire you create on each floor. Okay, here are the keys. So arrow keys, move around. Shift is pick up, so it picks up gas cans, and then space. So enter puts a gas can down, but if you're walking at the time, if you're walking while you press enter, then enter acts just like space. Both of them then will just dump out the gas can, and the gas will start to spread along the floor. I don't know what that is about a potion. I've never seen, I don't think I've ever gotten far enough to get a potion in this game, so I don't know if is there some kind of fireproofing potion in the game? I have no idea. Caps lock, yeah, when you're a super pyro, I don't know what a super, I've never gotten that far. I've never gotten far enough in the game to do any of these things. So, toggle sand, quit to DOS. Okay, Alt Q is quit to DOS, that might be useful. Oh yeah, and scroll lock is useful because that speeds up the game. So yeah, that's typically you'll use that when you've already left, like when you've gone down the stairs, but the level is still burning. You can use scroll lock to speed things up. That's pretty useful. Joystick, yeah, I prefer the keyboard as well. I hardly ever do anything with the the only games I play with a joystick are flight simulators. Everything else I play with a keyboard. So here are some hints. I'm not going to read all these right now, but you know, if you want, you can pause and read them. Some of these might actually be useful. Program information. So yeah, you can register this game with Michael O'Brien in Santa Barbara, California. I doubt that he's still at that P.O. box today, accepting registration fees for the game, but it's a nice thought. Yeah, so there are two scenarios. So the first, world terrorism, is almost exactly the same as previous versions of Pyro, and then blah, blah, blah. You can become a Pyro Master by obtaining a score of 300,000 or more, and then you can play Secret Agent. All right. Yeah, and here are the command line options. So copyright information, instructions, next run. Olympic-style scoring. I have no idea what that is. Disable sound effects, disable joystick, black monitor, use Pyro 2.1 keys. Run in window under desk view or Windows 2.x, 3.x. Wow. And the all-time high score is from Martin Schlüsselberg, who apparently is a medical doctor from Long Beach, California, with a score of a whopping 1.26 million and some. All right. Oh, and here are all the people who have attained a score of 300,000 as of Friday, November 9th, 1990. Well, this game's from 1990. This game is 33 years old, almost, or it will be in about a month. Are all these Americans? I mean, I don't know how widely this game was distributed. You'd think there must be, I mean, at least there should be some Canadians. Oh yeah, Robert Wolf from Quebec. That's like the only Canadian here. Everyone else is from the States. I mean, there must have been some distribution of this game in Europe as well. So you'd think there would be at least some people from, well, probably some Europeans played this game, and maybe they didn't become Pyro Masters. Maybe they didn't get such high scores because, you know, Europeans are not as affined to fire. Rammstein aside. Okay, get ready to play. I am ready to play. All right, so Secret Agent, yeah, so we don't have the code for that, so we can just forget about that. Let's play World Terrorism. Oh, I love that sound effect. Such a cool sound effect. All right, let's start. Internal Revenue Service building. So these levels are randomized, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. They are not the same every time. You do actually... All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave a gas can there nicely and flee the scene before the fireworks start. I think the way this game works, if I remember right, I think that the more the level is burning, like the more stuff is burning, the slower your fuse catches up to you. So if you have a problem with your fuse catching up with you and killing you, set more stuff on fire because that makes the fuse burn more slowly. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Obviously, it doesn't work that way in real life, but in the game it does. So here is exactly the situation where you'd want to press scroll lock. So I'm going to press scroll lock, and that basically just speeds through the rest of the burning because you don't need to just sit there and watch the rest of the burning happening in slow motion, unless you want to, unless you're an actual pyromaniac and love to watch things burn. I mean, I like watching things burn. Fire is beautiful, but I don't want to just sit and watch the thing burn for like 2 minutes. So, okay, it probably wouldn't take 2 minutes, but however long it takes. I mean, I'm playing Pyro. I want to get to the next level, man. All right, let's dump out the gas there. Seems like a good place to dump it because both of those walls are going to catch fire now. And I'm going to dump this out here, and I hope that I run away before the... Actually, that was kind of close. The gas... If that gas had lit up when I was touching it... Oh, that explosion got me. Wow. All right, well, that was that. Hold scroll lock. And that was it. That was the end of the game. That didn't last very long. Okay, I downloaded this from the internet, so apparently someone named Jonathan has already been playing the game before me, has already extensively played this copy of the game before me. All right, let's try again. So internal revenue service building. This is quite a difficult game. I don't know if I'm probably being too reckless. I'm probably too incautious with how I play the game, and that's why I keep dying, but to be fair, in my defense, it is a fairly difficult game. It's... Oh, you know what? That's probably going to kill me. Unless I can get away before the fuse reaches that gas can. Because that gas can explosion is probably... Oh, wow. It did reach the wall of the stairs, but I got away before I... Okay. I just barely got away. Because see, that wall next to the stairs is burning, like I said, and so if I tried to go down the stairs now with that wall burning, the wall would just touch me and set me on fire, and that would be it. I would be dead. All right. All right, so far so good. That was a decent first level. I mean, the game has the kind of problem that, you know, classic arcade games have, in that you have to play all the levels in order, and if you die, you have to start over from the beginning. And I was never really good at those kinds of games. Like, I was never really the kind of person that could play one of those games through from start to finish. I would always just die on, like, the second level and have to start over from the beginning every time. So... yeah, I'm not good at games. I'm not good at the video games. I should have become a doctor or a lawyer. In fact, I really should have, because that guy who had the highest score in this game was a doctor. So if I'd become a doctor, I would have been able to play this game better, apparently. All right, so just do that. I mean, sometimes the fireworks are quite spectacular. Let's see, do I want to... was that a smart thing to do? I am not sure. Don't know whether that was a wise thing to do or not. It probably was not. I'm about to box myself in here, aren't I? Oh, no. No, I guess not, because that gas can's not going to catch fire, because it's not next to what's burning. Whoops. Oh, okay. The fire reached the stair wall, so actually, no, I did end up dying. Do I at least? No, I don't. You get a bonus. I think you get a bonus 10,000 points if you burn the entire level. I'm usually able to do that if I try a few times, but I'm just not having any luck this time. I'm not having any luck today. Let's see. Let's set that down there. Oops. Oh, crud. Whoops. Well, that... Okay, that went exceptionally poorly. That was an exceptionally poor performance on my part. I claim full responsibility for that. That was my fault. That was just me playing very badly. That was me trying to stretch things out and failing quite dismally to do so. Oh wow. I wonder what I should have done. I probably should have... I really don't know what you're supposed to do. I guess what I probably should have done is grab a couple of those gas cans close to the end and then go somewhere else and spread them around so that the explosion wouldn't end up burning the stair wall, because obviously there's no way out at that point. There was no way to get out alive at that point without getting set on fire. So let's see. I'm gonna take a bit of the scenic route this time, and hope that I don't get killed from doing so. Alright, I'm going to just leave that to spread there. Alright, that's fine. Still have not managed to burn an entire floor yet. You know, I'm going to grab that can, because otherwise it's going to explode and probably set the stairwell on fire again. Dump out that gas can there. Dump out this one here, and hope that I get out of here before things get really ugly. Yes, I did. All right. I could grab that. You know, I'm gonna go around this way. I'm gonna take a bit of the long route this time, and actually, let's go ahead and set that one on fire. And I guess I'll set this one on fire. And do I want to? Yeah, let's go around this way. See what we can do up here. Go ahead and dump that one out there. Don't know if... Yeah, I think we're okay. Oh, hey! We burned the entire floor. 10,000 bonus points. That's nice. Alright, that was lucky. Why is the fuse so close behind me now? Usually I have more room than that behind me, but this time it's wow, it's really close behind me. I'm gonna... Yep. I was just about to say, I'm gonna get killed. Because that explosion was... Because that... Yeah, once it hit that gas can behind me, that it was all over. That explosion caught me up. Why was it so close to me? I don't understand. I thought the fuse is supposed to burn farther behind me. Okay, one more time. One more try. I'm bad at this game. If I were really trying to get like a high score on this game, I would probably just load this game in a version of DOSBox that supports save states, because otherwise I do not see myself getting very far on this. I've been playing this game for something like close to 30 years. I found it on a BBS sometime in the 1990s and thought it was a great game. I mean, it is a great game in my opinion. It is actually quite a lot of fun to play. And I've been playing it on and off since then for, yeah, almost 30 years. But I never got good at it. Never got good at this game. Never really figured out exactly what you're supposed to do. So I still play it like an amateur. Still probably play it like the very first time I played it, because I never figured out how to really properly maximize your burn potential without getting killed in the process. I'm sure there's some technique or skill or something that you can learn to become a better pyro, but I never learned it. I am uneducated and uncultured. Oh boy. So once again, we've got that really close fuse. That is really close. Wow. Wow. Why does that happen? And how are you supposed to get away from it? It doesn't even seem like it's really escapable. Okay, anyway. That was that. So yeah, Pyro 2. Pretty cool game. I like this game. It's not the kind of thing that you'll play for hours and hours. At least in my case, it's not something that I play for hours and hours. But it is a good game. It is a game that I've had some fun with over the last couple of, few decades. And I'm grateful to Mr. What was his name? Michael O'Brien for making this game, and also to the other people credited here. Thank you for this lovely game, and also for to the folks who made Oh. Wait, does this game have multiplayer? Or is that... Oh, I think that's an enemy. I was just about to ask, is this like a two-player version of the game? This is a demo, as you can see in the upper right. This is a demo. I'm not playing the game. I'm just watching. Okay, yeah, no, this is not a multiplayer. I thought this was like a two-player version, but no, this is just that's an enemy. That's like a security guard or something wandering around trying to stop you, probably. Okay, so okay. I never actually left the game sitting long enough to actually see that demo before, so I didn't even realize you can have like enemies that you need to. I assume you probably try to avoid the enemies. I guess actually you can probably set them on fire. I'm assuming you can probably set them on fire and get bonus points for doing that as well. So that's okay. That's cool. I never got far enough in the game to do that, but it's nice to know that that's theoretically possible if you get good enough at the game to advance that far. There we go. Oh, yeah, this is in the Palace of Versailles. Okay. Interesting. What's that white thing? I guess there are other items besides gas cans in the game, and I never knew it because I never got that far. Oh, that thing that he picked up is some kind of... It protected him from the fire, because he did get touched by the fire as he went down the stairs, but he survived it. So it's like some kind of asbestos suit or some kind of, I don't know, like, almost like a spray can or something that you can somehow use to coat yourself with asbestos or fire-resistant material. All right, interesting. Good to know. All right. Well, this has been Firebug and Pyro 2. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope that you enjoyed. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye for now. Oh, and disclaimer, don't try this at home. I do not endorse or encourage anyone to try any of the behaviors seen in any of these games. Please do not try to set buildings or people or anything actually on fire. It is not a healthy thing to do. Oh, this is the one we saw. This is the Vatican Palace. So yeah, I do not endorse the behavior seen in this game. Please do not try this at home, or not at home. Please don't try this anywhere. I mean, this is obviously not happening at home. This is happening in the Vatican. Please do not try to set buildings on fire anywhere, wherever you are. Okay, that's all for me. Once again, thanks for watching, folks. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.